All right, guys, and we're back for match 2 of this High School Star League week 2, 3, 4. This High School Star League spring semester matchup between Chandler and Sierra. The first game went over to Chandler, who are now on the blue side with the first pick and first ban against Sierra. It was a nice win, 19-9. They did everything great except the Dragon, which they were losing 4-0 in, but they didn't need it. They didn't need it. On the back of Rodeo Jones and his amazing monsoons on Janna, hi, I'm Zach, went ahead against the casters, picked Jace, and shoved it right into Jimmy Talon's face and went ahead and carried the team to victory.
Yeah, pretty much, but they are showing respect to Jimmy Talon with the Cassidy ban, so they do see him as a little bit of a threat. LeBlanc being banned as well as Annie. Those were bans from last game. Vi being answered back on against Kindude 6. So another respect ban. Ari and Nar also being banned. Those are bans from last game, and I would not be surprised to see another Janna. Yeah, Rodeo Jones on Janna was pretty fantastic, so not surprised to see that locked in. And that was like the Thresh pick last game coming out from Sierra. They insta-locked Thresh in the first pick, which you kind of fit Thresh into everything. That's the same idea as Janna, but at the same time, you give up your first pick with a support pick. So you kind of you deny yourself other picks out like a Lysandra that could have been good in your comp, or even a Jarvan. Jarvan, they have the Vi band away, so they are taking the Jarvan. But a Nidalee, very popular in the jungle lately.
I think Nidalee's been just extremely strong. I really like a Nidalee, and of course they're gonna go ahead and change it. So Lee Sin kind of being hovered over. Still jungle picks there. So why don't we talk about what was picked? So they do end up going with a Braum and J4. I like Braum. Braum has really kind of dropped off in play lately, I kind of feel like. There's been a lot of Thresh, a lot of more, even some Annie for some hard engage. Janna is obviously always there. Nami. But Braum, I haven't seen too much of Braum lately. I like him in the mix.
He's played in a little bit of the LCS lately. I actually think Elimination played him today. But yeah, overall he hasn't been as popular as Annie or Janna, or even Thresh or Aphromoo. He plays all sorts of support champions. So Braum, yeah, he hasn't been as popular lately, but he's still relevant. He can still do what he needs to, which is a nice disengage or even engage. And Winter's Bite still does quite a bit of damage once you get the stun on the fourth attack. So he still has his purpose. I like Braum. We'll see how he does with good playing going on to Jarvan. But on the other side, Kindude 6 locking in Lysandra for, I think we got that name down in chat. Jerkshish, right?
Jerkshish.
Jerkshish. So yeah, it's going to be Jerkshish on Lysandra this time. A little bit different of play style than the Scion. But we'll see how he makes that work out. Hi, I'm Zach, locking in Graves for Xerax. Xerax did fantastic on Graves. No reason to change that.
Oh, no, I think Jerkshish was the one that played Lysandra last time. He was the Lysandra. I am Gambit was the Scion. Yeah.
Oh, wow, I feel terrible now. Good job, guys. So, yeah, Jerkshish going back to what's try and choose. So this is all actually a mirror comp from last game. There's not going to be a Caston, but... well, actually, that was on Jimmy Talon. So, yeah, just ignore what I'm saying. I'm a bad caster. This is the complete same comp coming out from Chandler.
Yeah, Chandler so far running the same comp, and looks like Sierra's switching up. It really didn't work out too well other than the Baron fights, which is what they thought they'd be good at and kind of sieging up, but they're going with a completely different comp here with the Rumble, the Jinx, the J4, and the Braum. It really looks like they're going to try to AoE damage everyone down, getting them caught within the Cataclysm, followed up by a nice Fisher and nice big ult there by Braum, and then dropping.
Yeah, you got it. You got it. Glacial Fisher.
Glacial Fisher. My bad. Whew. That's right. I haven't seen Braum in a while. And then
yeah, I know, we talked about that one. So yeah, very.
And then being on top of Rumble's ult there.
But yeah, no, you're right. The lock in from the lock down, I should say, from the Jarvan Cataclysm pairs very, very well with the equalizer of a Rumble. And of course, throw on like Glacial Fissure too. That just adds to the whole slow. So a lot of slows coming out on the side of Sierra. But we do have a Vigar. There's going to be a Vigar mid lane for Hayam Zach. So that's going to be pretty interesting. And Talon, Jimmy Talon, I should say, taking up Zed possibly, I believe.
Yeah, I think
Pretty sure
that's what they're going. Probably not a
Yeah,
mid lane rumble.
yeah,
Vigar. I think
yeah.
it's interesting.
He's actually been more popular support lately, surprisingly, and I never thought I'd say that or see it, but over in Korea, he's been used as support. I don't think the success has been that great, but over here, Elimination, we're going to go back to Elimination here, used Vigar support, I believe, yesterday, and actually won a game. So, I mean, it's a thing, but this is going to be mid lane support, mid lane Vigar, and without DFG, but his AP ratios are so good, you don't really need it. But on the other side of that, there's only one AP champion on Sierra right now. We'll see how that Vigar works out. He does have a nice stun. They haven't changed the event horizon yet. They are planning on doing that, but for now, it's still an instant stun if you can land it perfectly on the border of the enemy.
Yeah, again, it just kind of looks
Yeah, I
like
don't know.
they're getting a little bit outcomped. Just it looks like maybe they're gonna try to rely on the Rumble to Sierra. That is gonna try to rely on the Rumble and kind of early team fights with J4 and positioning to get them through that early game into a strong mid game where Jinx can start scaling up and Jimmy Talent can start split pushing and assassinating people. I'm excited to see him on another mechanically inclined champion. We saw a couple of really nice plays that he had on Kassadin. It just wasn't quite enough. So here's someone in Zed where he can mechanically outplay players and see how Hayam Zek does against that.
Yeah, I actually am excited to see him play Zed as well. Because on the other side, I mean, Zed thrives in squishy champion comps. On the other side, Kindude, he's the only one that can actually act as a full-on tank. So that's going to be interesting because Zed, like I said, usually does very well against squishy champions like a Vigar. Out of all the ADCs, Graves probably the most tanky because of his passive, but still relatively squishy. But then, of course, you do have Rodeo Jones able to disengage, which is what a Janna does best, and that is a lot of engage coming out from Sierra between just the Jarvan and the Braum by themselves. So this is going to be interesting to see. I think Rodeo Jones is going to have to pull out some dynamite monsoons once more.
Also, looking forward to that as well. Rodeo Jones, I think the silent MVP of that last game. It was that first team fight down at the bottom side of bottom lane where San went in. It looked like all was lost there for Chandler, and just boom, a monsoon split up Thresh and Sion into the turret. It was really split up, and they won that 5v4. So
yeah, that was a pretty incredible play, and if we had High School Star League big plays, that would definitely be one of them because that really turned the tide in the 4v5. But as I say that, we are going to get into the Rift in just a few moments. Before I do that, I want to give a shout out to our sponsors: Twitch, Newegg, Rockhat, MSI, Jinx Apparel, Loot Crate, and Tespa. My name is Joshua Fekas Quest. I'm here with Degon. We'll be back in the Rift in just a moment.
All right, and now we are in game. Chandler 1-0 up on Sierra on the blue side, Sierra on the red side, and we have in the lanes we have Jerkshish on Lysandra in the top lane, Kindude6 on Lee Sin in the jungle, Zach in the mid lane on Vigor, Zarex on his Graves just like last time in the bot lane with his duo partner Rodeo Jones.
Yeah, it's going to be a pretty interesting to see how Sierra retaliates against Zerax and Rodeo Jones' dominant last game. Like I said, they kind of had a little bit of a lackluster early game, but that early game only lasted about 10 minutes until Zerax started, I guess, kind of kicking into gear and really pulling ahead of, we got some pile up here from Sierra. I don't know what they're going to accomplish right now. They might be trying to invade, possibly.
Yeah, just real quick before all the action starts happening, I am Gambit in the top lane on Rumble. Good plan on J4 in the jungle. Rhymes. Jimmy Talon in the mid lane on Zed. On Jinx. And with his duo partner Ninja Flex on the mustached man Braum.
So last game we saw an attempted lane swap from Sierra, but it was scouted out by Chandler. I am Gambit. I am Gambit is not looking good. Blues flash. Was, yeah.
You know, and he did ward, so it wasn't like a full face check.
Ooh.
But still a face check.
Hold on, look at this. Look at these lanes. I am Zach going top lane with the Vigar. And Jerkshish going to the bot lane. Skeptical of this one. I don't really like support and ADC in mid lanes because it's a longer lane, and typically mid lane champions, the typical mid lane champions, can farm from afar and have pretty decent wave clear. Zed not really a stranger to that either. Not a big fan because the whole idea of lane swapping is to get an advantage over your enemy, take a tower faster, shut a champion down. I don't think they can do that against a Zed with this mid lane ADC support.
Yeah, I agree because Zed runs off of energy. That's going to regen, you know, as fast as it wants to. It's never going to run out. So, and it's not like Graves has the longest range.
Right.
So we'll have to see how that plays out.
Yeah, like I said, they can't really keep Jimmy Talon from farming. I mean, because yeah, I'm not really following it. We'll see how it turns out here. Because I mean, in the bot lane, this is only going to work out for Sierra because I mean, and Ninja Flex, they can take that bot lane turret a lot faster than I believe Zerax and Rodeo Jones can do in the mid lane. I've actually seen this. I've seen this attempted before, and it didn't work.
Yeah, you sound very skeptical of this.
Oh yeah, no, I'm not too keen on this idea. And from Chandler, they won last game. This is 4 points in the bracket in the circuit of High School Star League, so you know, these matches do count. But there's a gank at the top lane here. I am Gambit does not have stun up. Gonna get stunned, not stun up, flash up. This gets stunned down, and actually gonna be taken down. It looks like there's first blood going over to Zach and stacking up his Q. There's ability power with his Q, I should say. So. Very well played.
Yeah, there it is. That's what they said. They said, Dagon Fekka's in your face. You guys don't know what you're talking about. This lane swap works perfectly.
I didn't say anything about top lane. I said, so I'm just talking about mid lane. Just so you know. I want to clarify that. So
1-0 early lead for Chandler on that really kind of awkward, basic-looking gank by Kindude. And it's not really working out too well because Jimmy Talon is only 19 CS down.
Yeah, like I said, yeah.
Sorry, not 19. He's 6 CS down, 19 to 25.
You're good. You're good. I know you meant I mean, both ADCs are even in CS, and yeah, Jimmy Talon, he's keeping up in CS. So you're not really putting anyone down. If anything, anybody could have punished I am Gambit up there because he was overextended. He didn't have a ward out. He didn't have flash up. Anybody could have done that. It was good that it happened to I am Zach though. Hi, I'm Zach because. It's always good to get a typical mid lane AP champion snowballing. But yeah, I still don't agree. I think it's just going to be Chandler outplaying Sierra is the only reason why this may work.
I agree as well. It's just really awkward. It's really awkward looking, and I'm sure I'm Gambit knows this matchup like the back of his hand. A Rumble against a Vigor.
Yeah, obviously does he? You think so? I don't know.
Yeah,
He's not
time to
really,
engage early, and now it looks like another gank coming in by Kindu.
Yeah, the Event Horizon's gonna lock him down. He's not paying any respect to High on Zach. And,
Oh my gosh!
Dude, that might be. Oh no, he's gonna die.
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
That was Kindu trying to get a kill over to High on Zach. That's why you just take it. It's called skill secure, not kill steal, guys.
And that's what happens. I'm sure there's a little bit of a conversation about that on the comms for Chandler.
Yeah. Scrap shield coming in handy.
I wanted to stack my Q. Not happening.
Yeah, no. Just take the kill next time, guys. You ever see that? Especially in solo queue. Team games, you can kind of understand it, but I mean, you still take the kill. A little bit of damage going on to Jerkshish in the bot lane there. And yeah, and Ninja Flex, they're able to do quite a bit of turret. So let's go over to the mid lane. How much damage on the mid lane turret? None, because they can't get up past Jimmy Talon. So this is working in Sierra's favor. They're going to get a nice gold lead whenever they take that bot lane turret. And Jimmy Talon, he's still farming up pretty well. Actually out farming High Zach. Of course, High Zach does have that first blood gold in his favor. And it's an interesting pickup from High Zach. He's actually going with the Seeker's Arm Guard first as a first item. Not sure what to think about that one on a top lane Viger going against a Rumble.
I think that they just kind of understand. We'll get back to it in a second. A little gank there by Kindude.
He's just gonna walk it off. No problem.
I think that he just kind of understands that once they get out of laning phase, Zed is going to be their biggest target that they're going to have to worry about. And so he's just trying to prep for an early Zhonya's.
Yeah, and that definitely makes sense because Zhonya's is essentially like the item counter to Deathmark from Zed. So it definitely makes sense. And Zed is actually level 6 right now. Xerax is not. He's sharing experience with Rodeo Jones. So sometimes, whenever you see odd things like this happen, typically it happens with lane swaps from top to bottom, not mid to bottom. Actually, here comes a exhaust going down onto I Am Gambit, and ooh. I think I Am Gambit picked this one up. Yeah, he does, despite the ultimate from I Am Zach going down was not enough to pick up the kill onto I Am Gambit. Now, I Am Gambit actually wasn't even level 6 for that. Now he is, but picked up level 6 on that kill.
Yeah, I wasn't sure he was going to pick that up because he missed the second Electro Harpoon, but just the damage there by Flame Spitter when he went over to the danger zone, that was enough damage there to pick it up.
Yeah, so props to him. He's trying to turn something around there. I mean, that was just High on Zach, I think, being a little overconfident in his power at the moment because, I mean, like I said, he picked up his Seeker's Arm Guard. He doesn't really have anything to defend against I Am Gambit. Besides runes and masteries, which I haven't really looked. I don't really know where he's at on that one. But no matter, bot turret does go down in favor of Sierra. And collateral damage going down on a Jimmy Talon. I think he's just trying to drive him out of the lane so they can get some sort of damage onto this mid lane turret. But there's no wave. Actually, no, he just wants to push the wave to go back.
Yeah, and with that, it looks like it's going to be an early and easy and free dragon for Sierra. Maybe Jerkshish is going to go ahead and sneak it, and yeah, just kind of like last game. Chandler
yeah.
takes an early lead.
Well, let's see if he can do it.
No, he decides against it. Nice kill there. Pick up the dragon by Sierra, and they're going to kind of be in the lead here.
Yeah, they took, like I said, they took that tower early. They got the dragon, so they have that power spike now. And yeah, Sierra, no one's stopping them from farming, so they're doing a great job farming. Jerkshish has been shut down on farm. I Am Gambit is not been shut down. He's gotten 2 deaths on his side, but he also has 2 kills now thanks to a tower dive from Kindude 6 and overconfident High Am Zach. So he's still bringing it back in this game. In fact, he has more gold than High Am Zach, even with the first blood on his side. So this is going in favor of Sierra pretty much in every way possible so far.
Yeah, this is... Just looking at the scores and the items, it looks really awkward, doesn't it?
I know.
I feel I'm looking at Viger and Rumble there as we see the Event Horizon going down. Dark Matter dropping some nice damage there. Scrap Shield not helping out too much there for I Am Gambit.
Yeah, well, that's the thing is that, I mean, Rumble's naturally tanky. He does have a Doran Shield, so he has that extra health in his repertoire, I guess I should say, as well. But yeah, Event Horizon not missing there, or not hitting the mark there. You kind of have to burst him down all the way. Because I think I Am Gambit is in a decent position. If he hits a couple more electrical harpoons and has his flame splitter active, he could throw down his equalizer, I could say, and pretty much do whatever he wants. Because he's getting with that Doran Shield quite nicely. Speaking of Cataclysm, good plan in the top lane. Kindude in the mid lane. see how this goes out here. There's a lot of damage going on. I am Gambit. Primordial Blast. Not going to be enough. He does flash for the Q and gets the kill. Is going to be shoved under his turret, but both survive. Zach now in a little bit of trouble. Does not have Primordial Blast, but does have Event Horizon trying to get back. Gonna Q. Good plan. I don't think he should have taken the time to do that. And yeah, Dark Matter not going to be enough to pick him up. That is a kill going over to Good Plan. So top laner for top laner, if you want to call Zach a top laner, for all intents and purposes, he pretty much is at this point.
Yeah, that was a nice little flash there by Zach to go ahead and pick up that kill. I think he might have been able to get out if he didn't turn around for that last Baleful Strike, but he did anyways, so he ended up paying with his life. And we saw a nice little engage. The camera had to go ahead and pan away from that in the mid lane, forcing out a flash from Jinx and from Braum. So a successful gank there by Lee Sin.
So more unique lane swapping happening now. Sierra sending their bot lane to the mid lane because they have no turret to push in the bot lane. And Jimmy Talon just going to defend the bot lane. So lanes stay the same, essentially. Just, well, I guess the matchups stay the same, but lanes just switch from mid to bottom. So yeah, it's a little bit of an interesting start for this game. Sierra, we talked about, did pick up the first dragon and first turret due to this lane swap that was initiated by Chandler. Yeah, sure. It's a lot of damage going on to Zach. My goodness, the Flame Spitter is powerful. He does have the Haunting guys now, too.
Yeah, and I think that's the way he needs to play it. You know, you can't go ahead, get stunned by Event Horizon, and then just take that damage from Dark Matter and Baleful Strike. As soon as that happens, you gotta turn around and go back in. You're the one that doesn't have burst damage. You have consistent damage, so you've got to go ahead and force the fight as soon as it happens and keep forcing it. If you just go ahead and run away after that happens, the cooldown's reset and he has a whole new cycle of damage that can come down.
Yeah, that's exactly it, because, yeah, like you said, it's actually pretty good. He's going to flash, try to do the insec here, kind of gets him in a wonky way, kicks off to the side. There's Ignite going down on a King 2. Flex does pick up that kill, and now Good Plan is here as well. Cataclysm is going to finish off Jerkshish, and that's going to be an open mid lane turret for Sierra. Second turret of the game.
Good Plan going with the slam dunk there. That was real stylish there by Good Plan. Ninja Flex picking up the kill with the Ignite at the last second on Lee Sin. Well done there. Nice little counterplay there by and now we're going a little aggressive in the top lane.
Yeah, the equalizer does land, and like you said, once Zach uses his cooldown, that's a I am Gambit's cue to go in, because there's nothing that Zach can retaliate with for like about 5 to 6 seconds. And yeah, consistent damage is coming out pretty heavily for I am Gambit, and doing a lot of damage to I am Zach. The equalizer is down, but it sends him back. Zach does not have teleport to take advantage of to get to that top lane faster, so it's going to be missing out.
Yeah, this is a really early lead here for Sierra, and it's a good chunk too. It's, what is it, almost 3,000 now, so maybe that lane swap a little bit too cocky, not really working out for Chandler here.
I don't really understand why they did it either, because last game we saw them, they scouted out Sierra with wards after they invaded. They put out some deep wards, saw where their bot lane was going, and then countered that. They answered that. This time they didn't do that. They invaded, but they didn't send out any wards anywhere relevant. And they actually initiated an awkward lane swap by themselves. So I'm not really sure where they're getting at with this one. They played it. They played the early game. They played the invade game. They played the ward game a lot better early on last game, and they just kind of forsake that idea this game and just kind of do, I guess, something little unique. But they are staying with the trend of not getting the dragons, and that's going to be up in 30 seconds. So Sierra did pick up the first dragon. We'll see if Chandler has something to say about that one. It would be the. I think it would be the first dragon they've gotten in this entire 2-game series so far if they can pick it up.
Yeah, really nice coverage there for Chandler. Wards all over the place. We'll see how Sierra goes ahead and tries to get their own wards down and also try to counter ward. It doesn't look like they have sweepers up to go and do that. They don't have pinks in their inventory. So I think they're going to have to just brute force this one.
Yeah.
A little advantage here for I am Gambit because he has teleport. And
yeah.
Zach has to walk all the way down. If they go and force the fight now, that would be huge.
Yeah, exactly. Which, Zach is walking down, and Primordial Blast is up, along with Exhaust. So everything's up for Zach. And yeah, they wanted to engage. It should have been just then, but now Zach's there. And I Am Gambit actually making his way down there, not going to use teleport, doesn't really need to right now. Going to save that to go back top lane and possibly push down that turret if things go well on the side of Sierra for that dragon.
I don't know. I think the better play there would have been just to continue pushing top and force Chandler to make a decision. Oh, and now look, Dude going in. Hi, I'm Gambit gets kicked backwards.
Yeah, and
gets
actually
taken down.
destroyed by Ion Zach. So now Dirk's just going to go down. He freezes up Ninja Flex. Not really the one you want to do, but it does get the kill. Zerax picking up that one. Glacial Fissure not enough to keep them back. And now it is essentially a 3v5 if Chandler goes to contest this. Or no, Sierra, I should say, goes to contest this dragon. Talon on the other side. Can he do it? He's not going to be able to do it.
No, he didn't have vision of it, so he went in a little too early. Good plan getting slowed down there, too, by the red buff.
So that was a first dragon of the game, first dragon of the series, going over to Chandler. They finally did it. We did it, boys. Time to pack it up and go home. They're going to shove into this mid lane turret. And that was a nice, very nice placed event horizon. There comes the Super Mega Death Rocket. It's not going to do anything. Collateral damage picking up a kill for Zerax. Equalizer, not going to be enough to keep him at bay. Jimmy Talon coming in, gets exhausted though, and there's a nice Monsoon. Gonna shove him off. Death Mark not enough to take out High Zach. Good plan here. Counter back, and that was a nice kill from High Zach. Picking up good plan. On his way over the wall with the Baleful Strike. I believe that's what it was.
Yeah, I've got to look at that again. I think he went ahead.
Yeah, that was fast.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, so it turns out right there, good plan went ahead, used Cataclysm on top of High Zach. And before the damage could proc onto High Zach, the Baleful Strike came in and killed him. That was a really, really great reflex play there by High Zach.
That just tells you the Cataclysm damage procs when he lands. And that's totally what just happened there. Yeah, Baleful Strike, that was a very well-timed Baleful Strike. So yeah, good job to High Zach. Still picking up kills in this. He has a needlessly large rod, almost has Lasagna's 250 gold away. Shouldn't be too long for him to get that.
Yeah, this has got to be really frustrating for Jimmy Talon because once he went in, not only did he get exhausted once, he got exhausted twice, and another great Monsoon by Rodeo Jones displacing him. So really and with two more Zonias coming in, Frozen Tomb on Lysandra, this looks like it's going to be a very, very difficult match for any kind of Zed to come in here and make any plays.
Yeah, Deathmark is definitely going to be, I guess, reduced in its effectiveness, but here comes an Equalizer in the top lane. We saw Balls on Cloud9 use Equalizer just to catch somebody out to slow them down. Just a little bit on the edge there, too much on the edge to catch out Jerkshus there for to come up and try to clean up. So Equalizer down, Jerkshus just going to hang out in the top lane, still farm away. And this is this is the lane I think would have been favorable in the first place. Jerkshus actually getting taken out quite a bit. Those electrical harpoons work, but High Zach is there. Gets the event horizon down. Glacial Prison is up, but doesn't even need a Primordial Blast enough to take him down. And that was a nice kick. Double kill going over to High Zach after a nice kick from Dude, knocking into
Dude showing off a little bit there. Now here comes Good Plan. Good Plan goes ahead and drops the damage down. Frozen Tomb goes in on him before he dies, almost picks up 2, but Dude picks that kill up.
Yeah, I think Jerkshus wanted to put Glacial Tomb on himself, but by the time he did, Good Plan was already his character model was already right on top of him. And actually, fun fact, you can just click on your icon, your character icon in the bottom left corner if you play with like standard overlays. You can click on your bottom left icon where your portrait is, and that'll actually self-cast for you. But I think he kind of panicked there and just casted directly on top of him, trying to hit himself. But by that time, Cataclysm was already on top of him. Clicked Good Plan, and since the animation of Cataclysm is already going, the damage applied too. So that's kind of unfortunate for Jerkshus there.
So nice little play there to pick one up by Good Plan. Almost got 2, but High Zach is just getting really big. Really, really big.
Yeah, it seemed like, I mean, pick up First Blood, it seemed like it was going to go a little bit of a, I guess, downhill for him once Gambit started picking up kills, or some power, but does not have Primordial Blast, does use the exhaust, and that's going to mitigate a lot of that Equalizer damage. Ninja Flex is there, but he still gets a kill by High Zach. Ninja Flex going to shut him down. Yeah, still picking up a kill onto that one. Does have the Zhonya's now, has a Blasting Wand. Going to go for a little bit of a spell penetration, it looks like, with the Amplifying Tome and the Blasting Wand.
Yeah, that's going to be very difficult to deal with him now. Now that he's gone ahead and got himself with Zhonya's, Zach is the focal point of the team, and he's got the support of Lysandra, and we have a teleport coming in the bot lane.
Coming in, not really sure how much it's going to do. Druxius is there to try to, I guess, counter any kind of engage from Jimmy Talon, but they did have Rodeo Jones there for Monsoon. Not really sure. That might have been a little premature teleport there. Dragon is going to be up in a minute, so does have the presence of Druxius there now. Probably could have saved it still.
And you have to start wondering, is I Am Gambit on a little bit of tilt here? Last game he was playing that Scion, he had a lot of whiffs with his ultimate, and now he's 2-7. I didn't even recognize it. 2-7. He's most deaths on his team.
Yeah.
Over 3/4, right? 3/4, is my math good? Yeah, 3/4 of the deaths right now.
Yeah, I actually didn't notice he was that far down either. Yeah, I Am Zach, he's pretty much able to almost one combo I Am Gambit with his Primordial Blast up, so not really favoring too well for I Am Gambit. And yeah, it looked like he was doing well earlier. I don't really blame him for missing Scion ults. Those things are incredibly hard to hit. At point blank, you can kind of hit them, but even then, if anybody has a dash, they can still dash away from you, or I guess sidestep you. But yeah, it looked like he was going to be doing a little bit better in the top lane. He was starting to get the hint of the cooldowns of Hayam Zach, but didn't do it fast enough. And then Hayam Zach got some items, and now he can pretty much blow anybody up. And Zhonya's is a death mark, so like you said, Jimmy Talon probably going to be frustrated in this game. Dragon is up, but it looks like Chandler just may give it up for a mid lane turret. Actually, no, that turret was so far down, I don't even need to give up the Dragon for it. Still contest it.
This is what they need to do, though. This is what I want to see out of I Am Gambit. He's up in the top lane, just kind of shoving it in because he has teleport.
Yeah, he's that's exactly what they should have been doing most of the time. So Dragon is being engaged on here. There is a ward in the area. Equalizer is up. Here comes the teleport from I Am Gambit. Can he make something happen? There's a nice place for the Equalizer. Kind of delays Incident Horizon. Run out a couple of them. Flex almost going down. Dragon is still up. Nice Monsoon. Hayam Zach is picking up a kill on Nifaflex. They're actually picking up a kill. And this might be an ace. Jimmy Talon, the only one left. Dragon was picked up by Chandler as well. That's a triple kill for Hayam Zach. Might be looking for a quadra kill here. Oh, no, well, Jimmy Talon actually did get the quadra kill. It's an ace, but Jimmy Talon did do some fancy footwork, picking up a kill on Rodeo Jones before dying. But that's an ace overall for Chandler.
Yeah, unfortunately, I really don't see a way back for Sierra just based on the team composition. They really look outpicked here. If your carry is the mid laner, you play Zed, even though it's kind of cool that he has the fancy moves, can kind of do something like what he just did there to pick up his first kill. You've got Frozen Tomb, champions that have Zhonya's built in their item path. You've got Monsoon from Janna. You have the kick from Lee Sin. There are so many ways to get away from the main source of damage, and it's difficult for them to get in without any hard CC that it's just going to be really tough for them to try to stay in this fight.
And you notice, okay, so sometimes I do this in solo queue. Like if I wanna entice somebody to pick a champion, I'll like hover over them for a moment, and then Zed's a powerful champion. Test it sometimes. Hover over him for a moment, and then switch to something else that seems my little unconventional. I think that's kind of what Chandler did in Champion Select. I don't really know if that's what they were going for, but I think it was Rodeo Jones actually did hover over Zed for a moment before locking in Vigar. It might have been enticing Jimmy Talon to pick him because it was insta-locked right after that. But Chandler has a perfect, you've been pointing this out, has a perfect anti-Zed comp right now. But
oh no.
Dude, oh wow, that was an equalizer gone wrong.
That push.
Whoa!
Oh gosh, that's a big kill there by Vigar, just absolutely blowing up Jinx. And you know, if you got Jimmy Talon on the bottom side on his head split pushing, you cannot get caught. You can't get caught, otherwise it makes that split push ineffective. And you can really tell that, unfortunately, I Am Gambit is a little bit on tilt. He went ahead and equalized the hell out of the red buff area, not even the red buff itself.
Instead of getting ablaze. I Am Zach actually has distortion boots right now to get that flash up for that flash and primordial burst. if he wants to, which all he did to was land a Baleful Strike and a Primordial
Burst.
Yeah, Primordial Burst. Sorry, I have a little trouble saying that right now. That's all he did was land that, and completely 100 to 0'd him. That just shows how much power he has. He has a Void Staff, Zhonya's, even has a Fiendish Codex for a little bit more cooldown on that Baleful Strike. There it is.
Primordial, existing at or from the beginning of time. Primordial.
Not whenever Vygar throws it at you, because it's more like you're going to erase you from the existence of time.
Yeah, that's kind of what happened to Jinx, right?
Yeah, essentially. It's Chandler's game in almost every facet. They're even picking up dragons now, so they're really amping up I guess the dominance. Zach completely clear away with Dark Matter now. I don't even know how much gold he has. He has 1,500 in his pocket, so go back sell one of his Doran Rings. Might be starting on a Death Cap, or maybe picking up a Morello's Nomicon, because that Fiendish Codex certainly is not going into a DFG now, which would only add to the ridiculous power that he already has.
It's gonna break the game. His power is gonna break the game. That's what's gonna happen.
There's a reason why DFG was taken out, kids.
Just looking for a way back here for Sierra, you know.
Yeah, I know.
Maybe fights at turrets. Maybe. I really don't know, because you have to have clear communication, and you have to know the cooldowns, who's using Zhonya's, when the Zhonya was used, has Frozen Tome been used, has Janna used her ult already, has Lee Sin already used his kick already. You've got to know all these things and be able to communicate it. So right now, they need to game plan how they want their fights to go. And I'm pretty sure they're like, hey, let's push mid. Not once they engage, we're going to do this, we're going to counter-engage, we got to blow up, we got to either blow them up before they can use their Zhonyas and use all our CC on that, or burst their Zhonyas and take them out one at a time. Because when they do use Zhonyas or Frozen Tomb, it does turn the fight into a de facto 5v4, 5v3 per se, but they've got to take advantage of that. They need to know the cooldowns, because if Zach does one rotation of his spells, someone's probably dead, and then he's going to go ahead and use his Zhonyas and have a whole nother rotation. As we see it go in right here, nothing happening. So they need to communicate on how they want to fight this out.
Clan does have some magic resistance in his arsenal now. That's the Hex Drinker. Zach does not think he has the enough power to one-shot him. May have enough power to one-shot Ninja Flex, but doesn't actually did use Primordial Burst there. Jimmy Talon going to be trying to use. That was a nice Zhonya's and Frozen Tomb there. Jimmy Talon going to take some tower shots. Jerkshus is going to get out forward now, but in the mid lane, it almost doesn't matter, because it's pretty much just distracting Jimmy Talon and negating his purpose right now, because he can't do anything else besides split push effectively.
You know, I think it would have been worth it if he would have been able to take out Lissandra. He had vision of all 4 other members of Chandler, and he could have kept split pushing and gotten some ground, probably that turret. But instead, he wasn't able to take that down. A really nice little play with the cooldowns there by Jerkshus on Lissandra. And now it looks like the second dragon's going to go over to Chandler.
Yeah, that's actually their 3rd dragon, I believe. Yeah, that's the 3rd dragon. They get that movement speed out of that one, so I don't really think there's much that Sierra can do. Teleport is up from Jerkshus, so plenty of wards to choose from. There's Event Horizon, gonna catch out I Am Gambit. Primordial Burst is not up, but there is the Jerkshus Teleport, gonna pick up a kill onto I Am Gambit in the back lines, and now Primordial Burst is up, and somebody dies. That is talent this time around. Event Horizon gonna lock down the rest of the team, and a double kill, I think triple kill maybe, actually for Zerax. The only one left alive, and they pick up the 3rd dragon, and now they have no reason to push the mid lane. Their health bars are plenty healthy.
I'm loving this. Rodeo Jones just takes everyone and
awesome.
blows them all over the place. It's awesome. Rodeo Jones doing a big part in that. The other thing is, that started as a 5v4. Jerkshus wasn't there, as we see. No, Jinx does get out alive with about 1/4 of her health. But going back to that fight, it was a 5v4 because Jerkshus was coming from the backside. Ended up blowing up I Am Gambit. They need to see when it is a numbers advantage fight and go for it. They've got to go for it, because they keep waiting until Chandler shows up as 5, and Chandler's 5 with a good 12,000 gold lead is stronger than Sierra's 5. And that's just, you know, kind of simple math there.
Yeah, yeah. I think, honestly, I think Sierra, the most they can hope for is trying to catch out Hayam Zach in a bad position, but there's so much good warding coming out from Chandler that they're not really making bad position plays. They're actually just waiting for Sierra to do so, and it doesn't take very much for Hayam Zach to exploit a bad position. And this is a really good pickup from picking up the Quicksilver Sash. Definitely needs it. Keeping that bad position. Zerax is way out of position. Gets blown up. Equalizer going to actually finish him off. So that might be something Sarah needs to at least pressure something here, because now big amount of AD damage really gone.
Yeah, I'm looking for it. Maybe force the Baron, maybe shove down mid, but they've got to go ahead and try to force this fight because they have a good chunk of the damage down. I'm Gambit getting caught out, and there goes that fight.
Yeah, now it's 4v4. Hayam Zach gonna pretty much all the damage here with the Zanya just by himself. Nice Monsoon gonna disengage, but yeah, there's Glacial Frozen Tomb, I should say, still up. Hayam Zach goes legendary, picks up a kill onto Silver Sash not helping him out. Picking up a double kill now, and actually that is not a triple kill. Jerk just picking up that kill onto Good Flame, but that is an ace overall for Chandler onto Sierra, and they go on to Baron now.
Yeah, and again, just a nice little pick there with the Event Horizon by Hayam Zach, absolutely blowing up I'm Gambit, and the fight was won. They tried to go ahead and do what was happening earlier in the game, where you go ahead, jump on Hayam Zach, don't let his cooldowns reset. But he has Zonia's. Zonia's gives him a whole nother round of cooldowns that allowed the rest of his team to get in position, back him up. Jinx got caught out. Jimmy Talon can't start the fight, so he has to go ahead and corner his way around and wait to see if his team can do some damage so he can assassinate someone. And as soon as he hopped in, he got double exhausted. There's really nowhere for them to go.
Yeah, we've been talking about how hard of a game this is for Jimmy Talon, and that's simply because he's on Zed. Yeah, pretty much everything is on the side of Chandler to counter Zed. Zanya's, kicks, monsoons, tombs, everything to negate his ultimate and keep him away from assassinating. So nice comp against Sierra. They do have Baron now. They have 3 dragons. Dragon's probably going to be up in about a minute 32 minutes or so. There's really not much Sierra can do besides wait for them to come and push at their door.
Yeah, maybe get some wards up, see if they can get another pick like they did earlier on Xerix, but it's tough. You know, it's easy to buy wards when you're ahead. You've got excess money. Let me go and get these things. It's really hard to think of wards, the things to get you back in the game when you're losing. Even though they're inexpensive. And now we got the fight coming out.
Oh, they're trying to catch somebody out. Jimmy Talon gets locked up. And they're going to step mark onto Hayam Zach. Zanya's going to probably save him more than likely. These are still going in favor of Chandler very heavily. 3 for 0 right now. 4 for 0. I'm Gambit. Gambit's the only one left alive. He has to go back to his base. That was about as good of a engage as Sierra could have gotten. We're not able to take out Hayam Zach yet.
Nope, absolutely not. There goes Gambit trying to go ahead and pick up something for some old glory. Nice Zonia usage to not get blown up right away.
Oh boy.
But then it blows up right after that.
Yeah, and that's going to be Nexus down. And Chandler picking up 2 victories in this series of 2 against Sierra High School.
Yeah, Chandler with another convincing win, a lot cleaner this time. 32-11. 2 dragons, 20,000 gold lead. See, there you go, guy. I did the math right this time, evil Russian bot. But a good win, and all 3 points for the season will go to Sierra. Go to Chandler. Sierra ending up empty-handed in this one. And they'll have matches again, and at the end of the season, the regular season, they'll tabulate who has the most points in each group. Those teams will go ahead and go to a playoffs. The winner of the playoffs will be the spring champion, and then they'll have another small tournament with the spring champion against the winter champion, along with a couple of other teams that qualify, and those will be the live games over at Riot, theoretically, that will go ahead and be for the scholarship money.
There you go. That's and if Chandler plays like that, and they play like they're wanting it, they can possibly make it there. That was very well played by them. Sierra, they've showed a little sign of hope in the early game on both these games, really, but did not capitalize on it, did not translate into the mid game like they hoped. But I think that's going to be it for Degon and myself. Is that right?
That is all we have for tonight, just one match.
All right, just going to give a shout out to our sponsors in Twitch, the largest video game broadcasting and chat community. You might have noticed them considering you're chatting them right now. Thank you for joining us. Newegg, the leading online retailer for computer hardware and software, along with Rockhat MSI. Fantastic, high-quality, high-performance products used by gamers, including myself. I do have MSI motherboard. Love them. I have 2 of them, or had 2 of them so far. Fantastic motherboards. Jinx Apparel, creating awesome video game themed clothing and other products. Loot Crate, connecting subscribers with the best and new goodies for geek and gaming market, along with Tespa, which you will be able to see there. I think the NACC group stages there pretty soon, so watch out for that. My name is Joshua Fekesquest, here with Degon. Been fantastic casting with you. First time tonight with Degon. I really enjoyed it.
You always remember your first time.
Oh, yeah. And, yeah, on behalf of the High School Star League, thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next week.
All right, take care, guys.